career mode. And we're racing at the beautiful Middle East of the Doha, Qatar, at the Qatar Grand Prix at Losail International Circuit. In episode number 26. If you missed the previous one, it was a wild and crazy perfectional race at my home race at the Cota at the US Grand Prix. Be sure to check it out on my live streaming on youtube.com/speedtapo303. And then make sure you leave your links and comments down below. And then also you can donate to my channel. But leave your links and comments and then tap on my channel, bring those thumbs up to youtube.com/speedtapo303. Also you can check my links at twitch.tv/speedtapo303. And you can follow up to my channel there. And also you can go to if you want to check AI videos, go to TikTok at SpeedTapo303, Morel Instagram, and DeviantArt at SpeedTapo3. We're continuing to keep the streak alive at 25-0, and we have won 3 in a row so far with the VR 46 racing team. And Dr. Rossi is making myself very proud to be joining with this team just for this one season. Before we move along to go over the Aprilia racing in our 3rd season of our Moto GP 26 career mode. And we are off to a great start so far. And if we keep this rundown going, we're going to have Rossi another title. But this will be the first time that he'll ever have a title as an owner, because he's already a rider champion for about 7 times. And you know, Marc Marquez has already passed that mark, and same goes with everything else. And it's going to be a great qualifying here for the one and only night race at the Qatar Grand Prix at Losail. But it won't be as hot as this, but the temperature is absolutely fantastic so far for racing. It's 69 degrees and then 73 degrees in fact temperature. And this is a good thing that they have this right near the late winter. That way they don't have to have it in the middle of the summer, because it gets so steamy hot here. But everything is looking fine, and then not much wind direction, but everyone is ready to go. And it's clear weather, no rain at all. It hardly doesn't ever rain in the Middle East. But we had to pass this time, but our projection is about 1 minute 54. Raul Fernandez, Johan Zarco, Pecco Bagnaia, Pacetti and Piantino rounds up the top spot. The top spot, Alex Marquez. And then Alex Rins made it in as well. Then Luca Marini and Marc Marquez. What a good job for Marc Marquez making it through there. And he will get into the second qualifying session. But we're set and ready to go. But before that, let's take a look and see if our episode is working. All right, we're getting ready for 15 minutes of racing at the Qatar Grand Prix at Losail. So we got our first pole position. We didn't get the pole position at the Cota. We started in V8. We had a little bit of slowdowns there. We really want to keep these soft tires handy, because we're going to be using up the user ones, and then that'll be our last set of tires when we get ready for the race.
The rider makes his way confidently to the bike, about to take to the track.
Doing this in the middle of the dusty day. There's the car.
We return with the images from the pit lane where the rider is returning to his pit.
National Circuit, and it comes with a bang with the minute and 54.600. But will it be enough for the pole position at Losail? Our fastest time that we ever had was almost a minute and 53. But looks like conditions just deteriorated a little bit to make the bikes look slower. Now we'll check on everybody else, what they're going to do. Raul Fernandez is now qualifying his lap. Oh, they got a minute 56.072, and it should be enough of it for pole position. It has not been improved. Man, we are
the second Moto GP qualifying session also ends here. The ranking you see on the screen corresponds to rider starting position on the grid.
54.600, and everybody else qualified at the minute 56. We're almost about 1.5 seconds faster than Giattino. Acosta is in third, the 74th. Felipe Marini is in the top 5, and Mark Marquez is in 6th place. And Franco Morbidelli will start in 14th, but he'll be moving up into the field in this race. I hope he does.
Welcome to Qatar. We're live from the Losail Circuit. The warm-up session will start very soon, which might give us a glimpse of what kind of power balance there will be in the race in a few hours. The forecast is for clear weather throughout the weekend, the only unknown factor being the desert wind, which could push sand onto the track and reduce grip.
Doing here at Qatar. Wow, amazing, a minute 54. They should have been racing a minute 55 here, but it looks like the conditions deteriorating and everything. I just got the fastest time.
The mechanics take the bike out of the pit and the rider is ready to get on the bike.
I jumped it in a little bit too much. Well, we better not do that during the night race here at Qatar. man, I made another mistake there.
The rider is returning to his pit, where he will study the next move with his team.
But then we had a couple of fallouts in the warm-up somewhere around the corner over there. Just went a little bit too quick, a little bit too hot. Everybody's going to be going with soft tires throughout this race.
Here is the final ranking of this warm-up session. So all we can say is goodbye and see you in a few hours to start the official race.
To be the fastest of a bike on the market with a minute 54.638. Daniel Gonzalez, Pedro Acosta, Aliguer, Brad Binder rounds up the top 5, but this was only warm-up. But all the Qatar fans are ready to go to see some bike action on this one and only night race at the Cota Grand Prix at Losail. Let's get ready to pull out the darkness.
Greetings to all from the Qatar Peninsula. We're at the Losail International Circuit near the capital city of Doha. Just a few more moments and the images will take us to the starting straight for the Moto GP class race.
The lights are shining bright here at the Doha International Circuit. Sold-out crowd watching Moto GP bike racing. In the 4th race of the season, Losail International Circuit of Qatar, and we have another impressive perfect race.
These images are coming to us live from the starting grid, where technicians and engineers are carrying out final checks on the bike before the start. The sun has set over the Qatar desert, and the sand brought onto the track by the wind will make it difficult for riders to get good grip during the early stages of the race. Temperatures have dropped considerably compared to this afternoon, so many teams have opted for soft tyres.
Well, they even made the grid girls a little bit different too, but I know that those are like more of a outfitted outfits over there. I did like the stretch cover-up outfits, but they're making them a little bit too more of an occasion and everything else, but that's all right. But as long as they just wear it on the track just for show and everything else, that's fine. But at least they don't have to wear that in public. All right, so we got our we have our third pole position of the season. We didn't get it in the previous race, but we did here at the Qatar International Circuit. Let's see if this Rossi bike can make it 4 in a row, and can we keep the unbeaten streak alive at 26-0. We need endurance of the team. Let's see if Morbidelli can move up as well. But we know that everybody's going to go with soft tires. Been a very good start so far for the Castro Hondas. They're really getting the upper hands this season. An improvement for the Aprilia Ecovagnaia starting in P9. And Morbidelli will start in P14. All right, Let's go and get racing for episode number 26.
The riders are lined
Qatar
up.
Grand
It's
Prix is
important
about
to
to
have
start.
warmed up the tyres to avoid problems on turn 2 and 6. All eyes on the lights. Everything's ready for the start of the Qatar Grand Prix.
All right, here we go. The lights are loud. They're on the way here. Let's go. Oh no! Oh man, I went too much up and then I made contact with Mark Marquez. I should have backed out of the throttle a little bit and then I fall down. Went a little bit too much on the apron there. Leader right now is Pedro Acosta. Squeeze straight together with you, Marquez. Hey, that was a beautiful 2028. Nice job. Mr. Mark Marquez. about 2.8 seconds over Fernando Acosta, still leading. Going to have the fastest time with a minute 54.422. no, Acosta is fast. Acosta goes down. Oh, what a tough race. He was leading the race in the first 9 laps of the race, and suddenly he goes down. But he still continues on. He's still in second place too, but now he's about 7.8 seconds. Unbelievable that Pedro Acosta is still in second place, but now he is getting pressured by Fiatino. Again goes down. He may be out of the race. And he is, yeah. Oh, what a tough race. Pedro Acosta. He had another bad fallout. And this time, it was permanent and he got out of the race. What a tough race for Pedro Acosta. Had a 4-second lead over me, and then suddenly he stayed in second place, continued on, and then he falls out again. That's what Fiatino and Marini up in the second and third. I'm already holding on the good side of the lead right now over Fiatino over 10 seconds. Now that the Costa, the biggest contender, is gone. Man, that's my first fall out of the race. And I hit the brakes too hard. These tires are not getting too slippery. today is Fabio. He has not had a good weekend at the Qatar Grand Prix. Looks like all the riders that are falling down and making it slicker out there on these night race conditions. We've already had two fallouts. One fallout for contact with Mark Marquez, and then the second one when we had a fallout because we had too much braking coming through that corner. By about 16 seconds, but for me now, the Jerez looking for his first podium in the Rossini. Is in second place. good start this season, but now he falls out, and now Alligator, the second place guy, is falling down for the Casino Racing team, and now he's out of it. Another second place rider out of the race. And now that moves Mark Marquez up into second, and looking running in third is the Aprilia of the Pennsylvania. But can they survive? I'm up to the 3.5 laps remaining. And my lead is already built up to about 23 seconds. final time here at the Losail Circuit. This is the last lap here at the Qatar Grand Prix. fallout, but this was a very good Qatar Grand Prix. A little bit improved than it was last season.
Let's take a look at the final ranking of the Moto GP race before the traditional podium ceremony.
4 in a row for the VR racing team. Pecco Bagnaia finishes in second, and then right at the last minute, Pecco Bagnaia got P2, and Marc Marquez got P3. Sensational job at the Qatar Grand Prix at Losail. And then coming from dead last all the way to P10, Cota gets another top 10 finish. And a P8 finish for Franco Morbidelli. Great job for him, going from 14th all the way down to, all the way up to 8th place. Beautiful job. But then you see all the other riders that went down, and especially what a tough race for Pedro Acosta. He was leading the first 9 laps of the race, and then he fell out. And look at this, both, and not a good day for the Trackhouse team. The Skyline Trackhouse team both went down. And one of the Gusinis went down, and then Marco Bezzecchi. And then Jorge Martin did not do a good job. He has to get his bike up a step forward a little bit. Daniel Gonzalez finishes in P13. Bender was in 12th. And it was an on-the-way battle. Alex Marquez did a good job with P6. And now it's gets his best finish, P7. But an excellent effort. I know we had one call on the contact with another bike, and then a call on by ourselves. I don't know what happened there. I think I hit a little bit too much braking. Come down into turn 11. But overall, it was just an impressive riding at the Losail International Circuit, and now we go 26-0. And we make it 4 in a row for the Rossi. Finished in 4th. Jorge Marini was down. But a good job from Marquez, but also a sensational job from Pecco Bagnaia. They're getting used to that early racing. Speed in the P7. Morbidelli was in the top 10 throughout the race. I'm so glad he made it up there. But something Diego Moreno. angle that we had. We never had a thumbnail angle like this. But this will do. Great job here at the Qatar Grand Prix. So this is under two call-outs, one for contact and one for contact, and then one falling down under that corner over there. But that was pretty tough. But overall, it was a very good race. 26-0. We still keep the streak alive, and we have 100 perfect points so far with the VR racing team. And Franco Morbidelli rebounds a little bit, and he moves back up in the P8. Moving up 4 spots with 26 points. We have 126 so far. Pekka Bagnaia now is the new second place man in the Aprilia Racing. Luca Marini third, and Marc Marquez fourth. Diego Moreta drops into fifth. Mark Musetti drops into sixth place. And Beto Acosta drops into seventh. And Giacchino rebounds and he goes up into P10. In the team's championship, we lead about 55 over the Ducati Renanova team. Pasto Honda third, and Aprilia Racing fourth, and then Superfile Trackhouse in fifth. And we lead about 42 points over Aprilia, and then Honda drops into third place. Great job for the VR Racing 2016. We have done it. We won the Qatar Grand Prix, one and only night race, and now we can celebrate our 26-0 victory and 4 in a row.
We're moving to Parc Ferme with the live coverage where the 3 podium finishers have just arrived. The winner is over the moon and is rightly indulging in celebrations with his team members. We're back live from the circuit for the podium ceremony. These 3 riders ran a truly outstanding race and they really deserve all the affection from the crowd in the stands.
Good to see him. Pekka Bagnaia. He's going to be with that team next season with the brand new bike, with the Aprilia. And then Marc Marquez gets a strong third place. Well, like we said in the third season where we were going to ride for Aprilia Racing, let's see what we got for cars. We got Van den Gora, Santa Van den Gora from the Moto 2. And now we have the second race of Brazil in Juanita, and then Valentin Perron from the Moto 3. Oh, that's great. And we heard that next season, in 2027, that the Thai Grand Prix will be the season opener once again. right now, yeah, but maybe we'll try to get Morbidelli, our teammate, in there as well too. And we have a lot of Moto 2 in there that keep up filling them in, and not many in Moto 3, but we'll have a whole lot of them. So the next race will be episode number 27 at the Spanish Grand Prix. We have already gone 26-0 so far with 16 poles. We already got 2 poles this season, and I think it was in Brazil, and then right now we had one in Qatar. Let's take a look at the overall standings in the Moto 2 category, and Daniel Hurtado, well, looks like he didn't win the race. It looks like somebody else did. It looks like Adrian Fernandez. I think Barry Baltas won the race. Because he moves up 9, he has 32 points. So Daniel Hurtado still leads with the BDS racing team. With Adrian Fernandez 3rd, David Alonso 4th, Munoz is in 4th, and Guerrero rounds up the top 5. And then the team's championship, CS Moto Asphalt team is closing in again with 89 points. BDS racing team still leads with 103. Red Panthers Racing in 3rd. Forward Factory Racing moves up in the 5 spots in 4th, but Red Bull KTM rounds up the top 5. And then in Moto 3, Alvaro Carpi has 95 points, Marco Morelli has 65, David Almanza moves up to 3rd, Valentin Barone 4th, and David Munoz rounds up the top 5. Both Motorsports, man, they got a big lead right now in the Moto 3. They're having a wonderful start so far over the Red Bull KTM with 67, CS Moto Asphalt team in 3rd, Red Bull KTM Ajo in 4th, and then Liquid Mighty Dynavolt Racing Team rounds up the top 5 with 56 points. So it was a great job at the running a great ride at the Qatar Grand Prix with under 2 callouts. Still a very good race, very good performance, but now we have to hand it out perfectly in the next one and see if we can improve at the Spanish Grand Prix at the Jerez, at Circuit de Jerez in episode number 26. And we do a very good job and try to make it 27-0 and then 5-0 for the Rossi racing team. That will do it for our Moto GP coverage. We'd like to thank everyone so much for watching on the Speed JPO 303 channel. And then tomorrow we will have Formula 1 action at the Mexican Grand Prix for episode number 20. And then we already won the championship there, but we have to get as much points as possible if we could do a good job. It's going to be another rainy race at the Mexican Grand Prix, but see if we could try to hold it together. Thank you so much for watching on the Speed JPO 303 channel. We'll see you again into the next one. It was a good race at Qatar. We'll try to do again in the next one. Until then, so long everyone. Have a good day.